Hello. Um, so this video, I just wanted to say quickly, just make a quick video. It's kind of directed towards people who know me from Twitch. So I have been on Twitch pretty actively for a long time, like 10 years or something. I've modded for like countless channels, and I don't really stream anymore, like very rarely, but I do have a few thousand followers on there too who might somehow be here. But I just wanted to, kind of make a statement about basically the content will not be really like what anymore what it was when I was on Twitch. Now I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna ever like stream on Twitch or do like gaming content anymore, but what will be happening now is because it'll be spiritual, but it'll also be like pretty out there woo stuff. Like, so I just wanted to say, like, um, if it's not your cup of tea, there's no hard feelings. Just go, you know, we part ways, So I just wanted to say like that. If it's not your thing, that's cool. That's totally cool. Unfollow and or whatever. You don't have to stick around. But I just felt like I should say something, because it's kind of like a pretty drastic shift in like direction. So like, who am I? What am I? What am I discovering about myself? As I've kind of in the past I had already kind of achieved like a level of enlightenment, just awareness of basically oneness, and um but I've kind of had a second awakening. So and that was by design, because I'm not even supposed to know a lot of things myself, as to kind of keep me in hiding, basically, but also to keep me, yeah, it's basically for this time, like when society's kind of waking up, so as a whole, and we're at that point where the shift is, it's inevitable now. Like, there's no stopping it now. So like, if we can come out and say, you can be safe to say speak your truth, whatever. There's I know there's a big witch wound people carry in their genetics, in their family lines, where they've had to hide who they are and their magic, basically, for centuries, whatever, millennium. um but now is the time. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You can use your magic. You can speak your truth. Your words are magical. They carry they carry magic, and that is, again, that's why I wanted to make the statement. That's not something I would have said a couple of years ago. Like, that's not who I thought I was. And I've had to, so I keep saying it's like, and I'm not even me anymore. So I'm just the person that Matt or Chrome, whatever, however you know me, Colgate, is here. It's still a part of a, but it's had to die. It had to say, I realize that I'm really not anything. That it's just it's just a bunch of learned behavior patterns, basically, that get in the way of the source of me coming through. So it's still there, but it's part of something much larger. Like, I think of it as an oversoul. So there's an oversoul that I'm part of. It's a giant, like, there's so many beings, and each, like, life has added to this to this oversoul. My base, but like, I mean, I don't even know everything yet. I'm still learning myself, but I intuitively know things that are true for me. And you'll find this too if you're going through this. For me, I am a starseed. I was, but I'm an ancient, like a really ancient starseed that's like, actually, well, I'm just basically the phoenix spirit. That's I mean, and I'm not saying I'm the reincarnation of the phoenix, but that's like the field of, like, beings that I'm from. And it's also angelic. We're angels too, the archangels. Like that field of archangels is also part of the oversoul that I'm part of. Um, so so yeah, like I said, I wanted to say this because that's gonna sound fucking crazy to a lot of people who probably know me, and so I just wanted to say part way. Part way is like with peace and like just if you get curious about this stuff and want to come back in a couple years or something or whatever, um, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. So so basically, like, yeah. So I'm a really ancient starseed. I have something called aphantasia, which is where I don't visualize with when I visualize. I mentioned this in another video, but when I visualize, there's nothing. It's black. Um, and that's because my like original consciousness is actually like stardust. Like, um, we are the force that knows how to bring like stardust together to create stars. It's the rebirth, the death and rebirth, the supernova, but then the force that brings back together to form a new star from these fields of gas or spatial gas and plasma. And that's like the force I am. But there's many other you know aspects of that. It's so multidimensional. And yeah, Matt is just one little tiny part of all that. And so I had to go undergo like the ego death or whatever, just to get out of the way of for these higher this higher information to come through. And I so it's like we're all channels. You hear about channelers who channel like the angels, or they channel like a energy or spirits or whatever. We're all actually channels. You're just channeling your soul. Like that's your brain is not a computer. It is not a computer. It doesn't perform the computations. It's an antenna. It receives information and it filters it through. Um, but there's not just your brain. Your brain's not the only place you're channeling through. Your heart is. Every cell in your body is. Every your DNA is an antenna. And even like the fascia is that like connects like your muscle tissue that stretches through your whole body has its own intelligence. It's they're all in you, and so it's we're all these massively multidimensional beings going through a 3D experience. Um, and so a lot of this too is going to come as a shock to people because I've been a pretty staunch atheist for a long time too, and I want to make a video about that too, like something I call the Dawkins fallacy. Because I used to look up to Richard Dawkins a lot because he is smart. He has a lot of interesting things to say. Evolution's not like a thing that doesn't exist. But yeah. Um, so yeah, this is just like my opening statement. um, I just wanted to part ways peacefully. If anybody who's not into this stuff or thinks I'm being fucking crazy or whatever, that's cool. You don't have to stick around, and you can say whatever you want about me. It says more about you than it says about me. So, also, I'm just gonna say this too. There, I am going to start like channeling like light language, which is people call speaking in tongues or glossolalia, or I think is how it's pronounced. Glossalia or it's glossolalia. I don't even know. Whatever. Light language. We'll stick with that. But it's yeah. So when I was a kid, when like my teens, I used to actually be able to do this like at church. We'd we'd be like praying and stuff, and it's almost like you go into a chant, like a almost like a chant, like not chant, but like a trance almost, but it just kind of starts flowing through you. But I've been doing like chakra healing, and I did this really powerful chakra healing. I'll link it. Um, this Nordic medicine woman, Katarina Isabella, and it like when she was doing like a crystal healing, and so this will sound weird to people, but you can do this stuff through your computer, like across the internet, because we're not actually separate. The quantum field, like this is all happening inside you, you know. So it's all right here, right now. But the way we perceive it is strange. But anyways, I'll link that. It's but as she was doing the healing, like it came like it started to come back like fully. Like my jaw actually started to quiver, and it started coming. But I'm not gonna do it right here. But because I have to kind of be in a more like more meditative, relaxed state for it to flow through better. But this is just me talking. This is still a lot of being filtered through the ego part of me while I'm saying this. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. So there's going to be that kind of stuff. Again, I'm going to be getting into like chanting, like healing chanting, targeting different chakras, that kind of stuff. What I have some other ideas too, but a lot of sound healing is what I'm going to be trying to focus on. So for now, anyway, and we'll see where that goes. I've got I've got huge plans for the future, the far beyond the internet, but those will come as they come. You got it. We've all part of this movement. We all have our seeds that we've planted, and now we're letting them grow, and we get to watch that happen. So you do that moment by moment. So just don't be afraid. Don't If you want to get in on this stuff, just do what feels joyful and full of love for you. Do nothing out of fear, and it will work out for you. Just be, be do it out of love and joy, and let it flow, and just trust. So I love you very, very much, and I welcome you to the larger version of me. So